Hi, Tom Cooley, coach for Buckeye Cable and BCSN, and welcome into another edition of Sports Flash. And I have some very special guests today. To my immediate left, El-Khechen. Ali, welcome, and Myles Duckworth. Myles, good to see you, young man, and the outstanding principal at McGregor Elementary, Mr. Steve Perry. Steve, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And to tell the folks, guys, while you're here, I was lucky enough, your kind principal asked me to come over and help with a spelling bee. And I thought it was extremely cool, very, very competitive. And Ali, you won, and Myles, you were the first runner-up, and you both did a great job. But I got to ask you, that's a lot of pressure. You know, we were talking off air. You know, when you watch the game shows on TV or they ask questions or things, you know, you're sitting at home and oh yeah, I know that. But when people are watching and there's a crowd, Ali, it's a little tougher, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Talk a little bit what the pressure that you seem very confident to me when you were up there. Where did that confidence come from, Ali?
Well, it wasn't the first time I was part of the spelling bee. Well, I was part of the spelling bee last year in the 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't win.
Yeah.
I was the first runner-up. But when I was in the spelling bee for 6th grade, I felt a little bit more confident because I've been in that position before. I've been in the spelling bee before.
So that gave you the confidence to kind of relax, and you knew what the pressure was?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. You were very cool. Myles, so were you. What was your kind of strategy going in, Myles? How much time did you spend on the list? Because they give you a list, right? Mm-hmm. To go through. How much time did you spend on your list, and how confident were you? Because you sounded very confident.
We worked on it almost every day, me and Ali.
So you guys worked together on it?
Yeah.
We
well, how cool is that? You worked together on it, and here you end up 1-2. Is that pretty neat feeling?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You guys good pals?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. What a great story. I didn't know that you worked together on it. How cool is that? Steve, the spelling bee was it was a great competition. The kids had fun with it. What was your line? Tell the folks your line. You had a line before we started about sweating. What was that?
Well, I just said, whoever thinks that spelling bee isn't a sport, it is a sport because there was a lot of sweating going on there.
Yeah, it is competition. It is very competitive. It is a sport. ESPN runs the spelling bees. They used to run them all the time. Steve, I could see what the young people were garnering from that. You talk about two very confident young men sitting here with us. Mm-hmm. It's confidence builder. You're working on your study skills. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to go through the list. Talk about, the overall view of doing a spelling bee.
Spelling bee has been around for years, and they have taken it such to the national level that it is a big deal. And we try and make it very professional for the kids, and we appreciate you coming out. And you came out last year as well, so thank you for doing that.
My honor.
But it's just part of those leadership skills that we try to instill in kids at our school. And leadership is performing under pressure. And also, sometimes it's very tough to perform in front of your peers.
Yes.
And they have done a great job of that, as you see, with them working together, towards a goal.
That's a great statement, performing in front of your peers. And I don't care. I mean, you've got young men here that work very hard, but I know adults that get in situations where they have to perform in front of their peers. And they have a hard time doing it. So you should be very proud of yourself for what you've done. Ali, you like basketball, right?
Yeah, I do.
And again, Myles, you guys are buddies. You like basketball too.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys get together and shoot some hoops together on occasion?
Yeah,
on
before practice.
Before practice,
Yeah.
okay. Now, you didn't have a musical group, because I was going to ask you about musical groups that you were as interested in.
I do.
What was your musical group?
I was just thinking about it.
Okay.
I like to say Magic. I like their song Rude.
Okay, all right, Magic and Rude, okay.
Yeah.
Would it be something, would I like it? Would Mr. Perry like it?
I think so.
You think so? Okay, all right, Myles, give me a group that you would like.
I like Imagine Dragons.
Okay.
And their song Radioactive.
Radioactive, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. Do you think Mr. Perry and I would like that if we went out and got it tomorrow? Would you recommend it for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And a movie, if somebody put you in a room and said, okay, guys, Ali and Myles, you've got to watch this movie 50 times in a row. What's the movie, Ali?
I think I'll say Despicable Me 2. It's kind of my favorite movie, yeah?
Okay, all right. I'm going to check that out. Myles?
Jurassic World.
All right. I actually have seen both movies. I've got grandkids, so I understand the concept. Steve, what I notice about your school, I've been there a number of times, and certainly the guys here illustrate that. kids have fun in your school. I mean, I think you and your staff, and I know that comes from the top down, you make it fun. It's exciting for the kids. They like the teachers. They like what you do. And I don't know how you do, if you could bottle that and give that to everybody, everybody would be happy in school. But what's your formula for making it? Because the kids obviously enjoy McGregor Elementary.
And I hope they do. And I will say that, I always give my staff the credit because it comes down to they're the ones that see them every day.
Yes.
They're the ones that work with them and set goals with them. And but I think it's really, and my philosophy has changed, especially when I came to Washington Local, is that, and this is year 4 for me,
yes,
it's just building relationships. If you build relationships with kids, and I hope that if I ask them, when I ask kids, I want them to know that I care about them.
Yeah.
But you have to be genuine about it because you can't fake it.
Right.
And I hope that they know that, and then I in turn want parents to know that as well.
Whoa.
So I think the key is just being real, but then it also, like I said, it has to trickle down and have the staff believe in that, which they really do.
Yeah, and I've seen it every time I've come to the school, and things become cliches because I think because they're true, and I've always thought in teaching or coaching, kids don't care what you know, and you know where I'm going with this. They don't care what you know until they know that you care. And when they know that you care, then that opens the door for learning and any other possibility. You're doing something very cool. We were talking, I just want to mention it briefly. You're doing some home visits now. Tell the folks, I thought that was very interesting. What are home visits?
Home visits really aren't new. It's really an initiative that we at Washington Local believe in quite a bit. It's one thing to see parents in our building and
yes,
kids in our building, but to get into their house and let them know that we care. And again, it's that real part of being genuine that we did some tonight, and it's just going in and talking to parents and having them relax. We're not there to judge them. We're there to see, give us some input. How do you like our school?
Yes.
How do you like our district? What can we improve on? And sometimes they may not tell you that, but if you're in their element and in their home, they're a little more relaxed. And we appreciate that criticism sometimes. It's hard to take.
Sure.
But it's also important to improve as a district and a school.
Yeah, well,
so it's been fabulous.
Steve, you're doing a great job. Guys, I'm so proud and pleased to have you on, a couple of BCSN stars.
Thank you.
Now, are you of the age where you can get in another spelling bee at McGregor, or will you be done? Are you done?
We're done next year.
You're done, so there won't be another spelling bee. But maybe the next place you go, spelling bees possibly, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll look for you as BCSN stars. We'll look for you in the basketball court, and I know you're going to do well academically. You're fine young men. Thanks so much for being with us. Steve, keep up the great work. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks
All
for your
right.
time.
Tom Cole, the coach for Buckeye Cable and BCSN.